I'm so fascinated by tomorrow night's UConn-Gonzaga game. The way UConn's playing right now, and then Gonzaga figuring out a way defensively after looking just absolutely horrendous in that first half to make the tweaks. Drew Timme, I don't know if that's his best game of his career. I mean, he's been playing since the 70s, so, I mean, he's got a number of games to pick from. But how do you look at this game? UConn got quick action. I think at open pick, it's out to 2. Jeff, I'll start with you. How do you see this game playing out tomorrow night at T-Mobile?
I just, Gonzaga's biggest strength is obviously Drew Timme, and now he's got to go up against 2 completely different, dominant big men, right? I mean, Sanogo is the strongest dude you've ever seen in there. Like, you watch guys try to move him, and they're looking, honestly, after they're trying to move him, they're looking over at their coach like, I don't know what I can do. Like, he doesn't move. And then you take Sanogo out, and you put in Donovan Clingan, who's bigger, not quite as strong, but damn strong, and can alter and block shots. And, they're just so different. Timme had his way against, let's face it, a bad UCLA front line. Bad, right?
And banged
without
up.
Bona. Yeah. I said it to Rob earlier. UCLA, I think Mick Cronin screwed up last night because I think he tried to play fast with an undermanned team.
They ran out of gas.
Group.
Yeah,
they ran out of gas.
Yeah,
I had the under, so I was not appreciative of him running that game. I'm watching. I'm in there. I'm like, they have 50 points in the first 10 minutes. I'm like, what is going on here? Eventually, they slowed down and ran out of gas. But, Rob, I'll throw
I text Tim at half, or right before the half, and said, everything you got, put it on Gonzaga second half.
Yeah.
Because you could just tell UCLA.
Yeah, they were huffing
you
and
could
puffing.
tell.
At the end, they were real. Tiger was so gassed.
Because they were up, 13 at the break?
13 at halftime. Yeah, so, I mean, Rob, what defensively – Drew Timme is such an asset offensively, obviously. You can't throw him on Sanogo. You're going to get burned out, right? So what does Gonzaga do to try to, alter their bigs on the defensive side of the ball? That's the thing I'm like.
I think you have to put him there.
Yeah.
You have to put him on Sanogo. Because
and now you're looking at fouls. You're looking at he's going to get
But the other option
tired.
is he's going to have to go chase Alex Caravan around or try to guard Andre Jackson. Like, that's the problem with defending UConn is that you know that you're going to have to deal with Adama Sanogo in the post. And I got a bone to pick with you, Sean.
Oh, man.
If you remember the last
go.
time that I was on this show, right, I called in.
Mm-hmm.
It was after UConn had just lost their 5th game in 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, I think they might have figured it out. It was after the Xavier game, actually.
And
I called him up, and I said,
up on him. You said they stink.
this is a direct quote. I said,
John,
this is the best I felt about UConn since the PK 85. And you said, nope, I'm done. I'm completely off of them.
Rob, understand.
Are you still off of them?
So I invited them over to dinner, and they wasted tea all over the table. I mean, I was like you. There's a point when I was like, this looks like the best team in America. And listen, in hindsight, we shouldn't have took any failures in conference in the Big East as a negative because it looks like the Big East is really darn good. I mean, look who's left in this tournament. So I think UConn has an opportunity. I'll say this. Gonzaga finds a way. And I think this is the best team, not the most talented, but the best team that FAU has had at Gonzaga because they're devoid of like a Chet Holmgren
I don't know, man.
of a
I don't know. They got a lot of
but they
question
play
marks.
together, though.
Well, they got no choice because they don't have a ton of talent, right?
Yeah.
They don't. This is probably the least talented overall team that Gonzaga has had.
You love
in
killing
years.
them.
No, I'm just being real here. Like, they're not. So they've got to play together.
Question, were you surprised UConn opened as the favorite?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm actually surprised it's as low as it was.
Because I would imagine this will be a home game for Gonzaga tomorrow.
It will.
It will.
Absolutely, it will. But I would have thought it would have been 3.
I actually was surprised. I'll say this. I thought the UCLA fans were pretty loud last night. I mean, I thought it would be because Gonzaga.
They were good.
Yeah, they were really good.
And they're a team. They don't generally
that's what I was
travel. I mean,
thinking.
when I was here in Vegas, they might have had 100 fans.
All right, we only got about a minute left here, guys. Princeton, Creighton, Xavier, Texas. Either dog live tonight?
I like Xavier more than I like Princeton. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're on Texas?
Yeah, he just said that. He loves Texas.
Money line, not the points, just money line.
And I like Xavier money line just because I think it's a toss-up.
Well,
only because it's a toss-up. I like the value.
If I'm undefeated when I get to that game, I'll hedge. Xavier money line.
Who do you like in Creighton, Princeton?
Creighton.
Yeah, I like
by
Princeton.
50.
I like Princeton.
I do too.
You gotta be on,
Creighton by 50.
You got to be on Princeton then. Huh?
I'll go 20. I'll go 20, not
By
50.
20?
I'm not going 50.
By the way, Sean sold his stock on Creighton before the tournament. So, yeah, here they are. Sean is very reactionary to everything. Jeff Goodman, Rob Dauster, the field of 68. Steve, I want to show you something that was in the New York headlines today, because we had a thriller last night at Madison Square Garden, and the New York Post had a back page headline with apparently a new king of New York. Marquise Noel got the back page of the tabloids, and it said the king of New York. And Florida Atlantic, ladies and gentlemen, only a 2-point underdog. Interesting. There's the headline, if anyone missed it.
That is his Twitter handle.
So he goes off. Incredible performance. 19 assists.
Everybody tried giving it to Michigan State.
He did. Shoot no Steph Curry threes for no reason.
He was trying to.
Jeez.
It was the first time he's played in the Garden. He was feeling himself. So when we look at this game tomorrow night, I played FAU already. I think this is a spot that Florida Atlantic is, with their guards and the way they defend. Look, Tom Izzo threw all these double teams at Noel, and he's just kicking it for assists. I don't think that's going to be the case against FAU. FAU's the real deal. Now, can they win this game? We'll find out. But I think FAU is more than live, and I think the number's telling you that much.
Yeah, it's weird. Both lines, I think, are close to the same tomorrow.
Yeah, both are 2 right now, yeah.
One, I like the underdog. One, I don't want any part of. I'm with you on FAU. I just think with the amount of guys they play, they dictate. They dictate tempo. They're going to make more threes than you. I promise. I knew they were going to make more threes than their opponent last night.
Right. Well, and
that was just great to see because they stayed on it. It was ugly from the beginning. They were getting bodied, but what did they do? They said, we're going to trade 2s for 3s. We'll make the 3s. You make the 2s. Take all your time. Take your 3 dribbles down the post. We're going to come down and play transition. I loved even the fact that a couple times off of misses, they still pressured because they wanted Tennessee to go up and down. And with Kansas State, I think Noel is going to try and show the world again. And then what does FAU have? They have multiple guys they can put on him. Now, they're not bigger guys that are getting the passing lanes, but that's fine. Yeah. I think Dusty May does a great job with his team because he plays to what he has. And he wanted to speed it up last night. They did that against Tennessee. I'm with you. I like FAU, and I like UConn in the other one.
I think I'm going to take Jay Davis's scoring prop over. Because him and Martin kind of alternate who has a big game. You know, they kind of go back and forth. So he didn't really do a lot last night. I'm going to take Davis's player prop over.
They're shooting 29% from 3 during the NCAA tournament. They were 37% all year. At some point, they're getting hot. I feel like that's going to happen. You've been tweeting about UConn a lot.
Yeah.
You know this team well.
Yep.
And we were just talking about it with Dauster and Goodman. Tell me the path to victory for Gonzaga before we get to UConn, because I'm just thinking about Drew Timme against those bigs, him getting exhausted, maybe in foul trouble.
It doesn't involve Timme. It involves them violating the three-point line and making every single one. That's the only way I could see it. They have multiple bigs that could play. They could even put Jackson on Timme if they wanted to. And UConn's just so versatile with the lineups they put out there. I get it. They don't have a true point guard. But when you have guys of that caliber and Hawkins of that type of shot difficulty that he can make, it doesn't matter who's bringing the ball up. I don't think Gonzaga's going to pressure guards. That's not their style. Are they going to want to get up and down? Yeah. But Timme, I mean, I give Timme a lot of credit because at the beginning of the game last night, he was just getting his stuff from hustle. He was just running end-to-end, and that's where I thought UCLA would put an onus on it. But Mick made a decision. Let's run with him in the first half. Let's get the lead, and then we'll sit on it, and it backfired. But I just do not see in this matchup Gonzaga beating UConn. I really don't. I can't believe it's cheaper than it was against Arkansas. I like Arkansas better against UConn than I do Gonzaga. I really do.
Thinking about last night and just – all right, let's just stick with UConn. They're 5-1 to win the title. Do you think they're the best team right now?
All in. Yeah.
Really?
I don't see anybody beating them.
Wow.
I really don't. Watch their substitution patterns. It's big for big. It's scorer for scorer. It's pressure guy for pressure guy. And their backup guys have shot the three better. Now Newton comes out and makes the big threes last night and, extends that defense for Arkansas where they're not comfortable. Arkansas can't make a shot. But I just think they're as lethal as anybody there is because they have so many they have 7 guys that are shot makers outside the arc. And Sonogo showed me a lot last night because I thought the athleticism of Arkansas would frustrate him. But how he likes to just sit on the post and just pound it. and he's going left or
Hands
right.
in the lane,
He gave it to him last night. I was really impressed with him. He showed me a lot. Klingon's way more active. I know Connecticut people talk about the analytics being better when he's in the game, which is a whole. But he runs the floor. Yeah. He's athletic. I mean, that's a whole different discussion. But I really do. Unless a team really wants to go all out and pressure them, full court, I don't see anybody beating them because of the ability of multiple shot makers.
I thought Arkansas would give them trouble too. I had the best opinion of the night. I had Arkansas first half. Flawless.
Nailed it.
But, you knew right from the get-go. Yeah? You didn't have to sweat nothing.
Right from the opening
you knew right.
I was like, I'm wrong.
Double digits out.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.